Tak ada soalan? Tak ada Can I continue? Just you need to understand what is recursive decomposition. Itu sahajalah dia akan the process happen like that. Okay. Yang kedua ialah second technique, second decomposition. Technique is data decomposition. So dia kata data decomposition is a powerful and commonly used method for deriving concurrency in algorithm that operate on large data structure. So biasanya data decomposition sesuai bila it's involve a very large data. In this method, the decomposition of computation is done in two steps. In the first step, the data on which the computation are performed is partitioned, and in the second step, this data partitioning is used to induce a partitioning of the computation into tasks. So, dia punya ada dua kaedah, dua step. First ialah data yang akan digunakan akan dipartition, and the data partitioning is used to induce a partitioning of the computation into tasks. Konsep dia ialah awak ada data, partition berdasarkan data. So mana-mana task yang melibatkan data tersebut will be grouped together. Itu konsep dia. Okay, contoh, kita tengok contoh senang. This is the dot matrix multiplication. Okay, awak nak buat multiplication. You have matrix A, multiply with matrix B, then you will get C. Okay. So kalau ikut task kat sini adalah multiplication to induce C. So kalau sebut data decomposition, you divide, kalau kat sini dia divide based on C. So dia buat task 1, C11, task 2, C12, task 3, C21, task 4, C22. So itu step 1. Step kedua, all the process involved with this C, mana-mana proses yang terlibat dengan C satu-satu will be grouped together in task 1. So kalau tengok kat sini ada dua proses, ada tiga sebenarnya. Ada tambah kat sini, ada darab kat sini, ada darab kat sini. Okay, so task 2 pula C12 equals to, so A11 B12 plus A12 B22. So dia punya konsep dalam data decomposition, you are partitioning or divide or decompose the task based on the data. Data pula ada tiga jenis. It would be an input, it can be an output, and also it can be the intermediate data. So we can say that data decomposition boleh jadi tiga jenis lah. First is input, second is output, and third is the intermediate process. So input clear, this is the input. Output, this is the output. Intermediate macam mana pula? Nanti kita akan tengok. So each of them has their own example. So kalau itu figure 3.10, partitioning of input and output matrices into 2 by 2 submatrix. A decomposition of matrix multiplication into 4 tasks based on the partitioning of the matrix. So there are various ways to do the partitioning. Ada banyak cara lah. So yang ni, contoh yang sama tadi, it partition the output data, okay, which is the C. Kalau kat sini tadi dia hanya divide kepada 4 tasks. Yang ni dia divide kepada 8 tasks. Yang mana? The divide C11, task 1, involve A11 darab B11. And then task 2, C11 lagi equals to C11, this C11 plus A12 times B21. Okay, take your time to look at this example. Macam mana dia partition, how they do the partitioning. Okay. So kalau ikut kat sini dari segi dependency, task 1, task 2 will dependent on task 1. Kenapa? Kena siap dulu task 1 baru boleh continue task 2. Sebab we need the C11 here. Okay, which C11? C11 from the task 1. Okay, take your time to look at this. So apa beza decomposition 1 and decomposition 2? dia hanya tukar A12, B21. Task semua ada 8. C12, A12, yang ini dia tukar. A12, B22. Okay, C12, A12, B22. So dia tukar yang ini dengan yang ini. Sama sahaja sebenarnya. Yang tukar location sahaja. So far any question? Ada soalan? Ini your time? Perlukan masa ke? Tak ada, okay. So that first example, data decomposition. Second example. Okay. First, you have to understand what this diagram figure 3.12 is about. Okay. Konsep dia ialah dalam gambar figure 3.12 ni, first column database transaction, dia cerita pasal apa? Ini ialah setiap row represent transaction. Each row represent transaction. Transaction tu apa, madam? Okay, contohlah ini data daripada supermarket. Okay. So setiap transaction represent seorang ataupun satu customer. And then ABC ni apa? Represent barang-barang yang dia beli masa pergi dekat supermarket tu. So A transaction 1, this is transaction 2, transaction 3, sampailah transaction N kat sini. So ABC ni apa? Represent the item. Item that has been bought. Okay. So konsep kat sini ialah dia nak, apa problemnya ni? Dia nak compute in item set frequency in a transaction database. So apa dia item set? Item set ni lah A, B, C, E, tu item lah dia panggil. And then dia nak tahu dari segi frequency. So this is a list of item set yang dia nak check. So dia nak tengok A, B, C berapa kali appear. D, E berapa kali appear, C, F, G berapa kali appear, frekuensi faham berapa kali appear kan, A, E berapa kali appear dalam this database transaction. So that's the problem. So transaction here would be an input, the item set would be an input, and the item set frequency here would be the output. So dia nak tahu, dia nak banding, okay, dalam database transaction berapa kali orang beli A, B, C ni together. D dengan E ni berapa kali together. Contoh ABC ni Maggi, telur dengan susu. D dengan E ni mask dengan sanitizer. Contohlah. Usaha PKP ni kan. CFG, benda CFG. Diapers, susu, milk powder dengan Coke. Contohnya. So let's say you want to look at this. So this is the problem. First, untuk tengok contoh ni, kena faham dulu apa maksud benda ni. So this is the, I repeat again, this is the database transaction, this is the item set, and this is the item set frequency. So the problem is dia nak cari berapa kali frequency of this item set appear in the database transaction. So to do this, to solve this problem, how to decompose it using data decomposition. So first you can partition through output data, use output data. So partitioning the frequency and item set among the tasks. So macam mana you nak buat? Okay. So tiap task will have the whole database transaction. However, you may have a divided item set. Okay. So task 1 akan ambil separuh item set. Task 2 akan ambil the rest of item set. So you divide the frequency lah. So you divide the frequency. So at the same time, you akan divide all the process. Okay, so ini adalah dia punya output. So ini dia punya output. So kalau tengok kat sini dia akan this is the first type of decomposition. Second is partitioning the input data. So apa input tadi? Input dia tadi adalah database transaction. Tapi yang berlaku, so you divide the task 1, task 2. So you divide the database transaction. This is database transaction. This is database transaction. However, item set ni kena bagi penuh pada setiap ni. And baru dia dapat dia frekuensi lah. So, can you see the difference? Okay. And lastly, you can do partitioning both output and input data. Okay, both output and input data. So which is you divide it into 4 tasks. Okay, this is database transaction. Okay, if you notice, kalau tengok betul-betul, the first task dia ambil the first half of database transaction and the first half of item set and the first half of item set frequency. The task 2, the first half of database transaction and the second half of the item set and item set frequency. Task 4, second half of the task 3. Task 3, second half of the database transaction, the first half of item set frequency. And then the second half of database transaction and second half of the item set frequency. Okay. So that's the example untuk yang item set frequency problem. Okay. Ada soalan? Ada? Okay semua? Okay. Next is data decomposition, partitioning intermediate data. Tadi kita tengok 2 example of partitioning input and output data. Okay. So, apa maksud intermediate data? Okay. For example, ada contoh yang tadi, matrix multiplication. Ada orang yang memang very smart. Dia terus kira A1 darab A2 campur B1, A1 darab B1 plus 1. Campur A12 darab B21. Betul? Itu salah. Betul kan? Okay. Ada orang very smart. Okay. Tapi ada orang yang jenis yang akan buat satu-satu. Mula-mula A11 darab B11 dapat satu jumlah. And then A12 darab B21 dapat satu jumlah. And then baru dia do the twin. Itu yang dipanggil sebagai intermediate. Okay. So kat sini dia represent sebagai D. So first A11 darab dengan B11 akan dapat D111. Ini. Kalau A12 okay, darab dengan B21, okay, akan dapat D211. Okay, so you get the intermediate. So you decompose the instruction based on the intermediate data. Yang ini, the process intermediate process. And then barulah you proceed with the next. So kalau tengok kat sini sampai ada 12 task to do the process. Okay. So kalau tengok betul-betul, insyaAllah you faham orang main, insyaAllah faham ni. So dia akan buat satu-satu, intermediate dulu, then baru you proceed with the calculating the output. Itu konsep partitioning intermediate data. Okay. So untuk yang second, data decomposition. So first, recursive decomposition. Okay, by following the divide and conquer problem which is outfully happen. Okay, dipecah dua dan